I'm Kim Holcomb. I had the honor of serving as Queen Alcyone in 2019, and I am so excited to talk to some other former queens today. So, what does Seafair mean to you?
Well, to me, Seafair anchors our entire sense of community. It's iconic, it's historic, it engenders a real celebration, I think, of who Seattle and this region really is. So to me, every year when Seafair rolls around, I think it really brings us back to our connection to our history, our community, the people that have made our community great, and also to the water, which is the name Seafair.
What is your favorite Seafair memory?
Oh, I have a lot of Seafair memories, starting with a kid living in Burien, and I could hear those big thunderous roars of the boats. Yeah, clear in Burien from Lake Washington, but my most favorite memory, and thanks to the crown, I flew with the Blue Angels. And I'll never forget, that slow descent that the Blue Angels do going into Boeing and looking down at all the people, because we know how we feel when we're on the ground and we're looking up and we're looking at the Blue Angels and they're going this way and that way and we're feeling them. But to be inside that jet and looking down, and as we make that slow descent and people can hear the Blue Angels, they come out of their houses and they come out of their buildings and they're waving and they're flying things and they're saluting. To me, that was a special and most favorite Seafair moment.
Angela, what are your thoughts?
My favorite Seafair memory was the Seafair parade. I got to enjoy that with my two young kids, and it just was such an epic evening of being in the streets of Seattle and seeing everyone in Seattle come out to enjoy it. And it's just such a thrill and a rush to see an event that has such deep roots bring so many people together.
What do you think makes Seattle philanthropy unique?
I've traveled to many places around the world, and I absolutely believe that what makes Seattle philanthropy unique is that it's expected here. It's not just a nice to do. It's that if you're going to be a full citizen of this region, you are really obligated in some way to give back, whether it's your time, your treasure, your talent, or maybe all three. And I think that's a wonderful characteristic of this region that makes it so great, is that no matter who you meet, they're giving of themselves in one of those three ways.
Why do you feel that Seafair is so important to the community, especially right now?
Well, Seafair has always been important to the communities, but I think especially now with COVID and everyone inside, I think we have a need. We have a need to gather at some point, or at least feel like we're community. We hear so often, we were social distancing, and I like to say physical distancing, because the social part should still exist. And whether we're COVID lockdown or not, I think Seafair is a wonderful opportunity to really unite us. It's been a tradition.
Shelley, do you have anything to add?
Seafair is so incredibly important this year. We've been through a lot, but we've also learned that through all the years through Seafair and celebrating our communities and bringing us all together, perhaps for one or two events, when we didn't have that, we felt lost. We felt alone. And that was in all of us. But sometimes you need, well, we don't need a pandemic, certainly, but there was something that was presented to us that brought us all to our knees. That made us realize that we do need each other. We do need our communities. We do need to celebrate our diversity. We need to celebrate our businesses and well, we need to celebrate you and I and having fun again in public.
Okay, what is your favorite Seafair event and why?
Favorite Seafair event? Out of all of them, but there is one that a lot of people don't know about that Seafair does, and that is the Seafair 76 Holiday Cruise, where we have, 1,500 intellectually challenged guests that are invited onto several boats that folks through Seafair have donated, and we go out on Lake Union and they troll around and enjoy the lights. And when I was Queen of Seafair, I got to MC that event back in 2016. I've been doing it ever since. To see them light up and just feel awesome is pretty special. That is my favorite event.
Mona, what about you?
My favorite memory of all was being in the parade, the Seafair parade, with my family with me. Even though they were in little car seats because they were babies and toddlers, just being there together, going down through the route and seeing all those people cheering on, not just us, but the tradition.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add? Any sort of personal sentiment that you want people to know about?
I would like to give a personal, and if I could, I'd grab you and I'd hug you. A personal thank you to all of the Seafair volunteers. You see, without you, there would be no Seafair.
Angela, do you have anything to add?
Traditions matter, Seafair matters. In a city where things are changing very, very quickly, and we're growing and we have such incredible technological companies here, I think it's important to remember our roots, and Seafair has been a part of the Seattle identity for so long, and it is a reminder that those traditions still matter, and we as a city will come back, and I think Seafair is a big part of that.